I believe at the end there's actually a bit of the Bowie song to it.
It's from 5 years.
And I was about to put in the top 20 chart. And I had a thing the week before where the cover got sneaked in. And it was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I thought, fuck, I'll have to watch it. And then it was Kev got in touch with me. He goes, by the way, Doug, just think I should warn you, just in case you put that song in for the top. So I was like, oh, that was made me look very silly.
Yeah. But yeah, he's brilliant. Like, I can't say enough good things about Jay. He's superb.
He is. Did he support you? Did you support him? Or?
He's supported us twice. He played with us at the aforementioned Eagle gig when we did it with the 99 Degree. That was Sal's first gig as well, wasn't it? Yeah. And then when we released God's Greatest Flaw, we did the single launch gig, and he supported us at that as well.
That's right, I've seen that. Yeah.
So that was brilliant. It was a great night.
Excellent. With regards to having a record label, is that something you're hoping for, or are you kind of happy to go it alone?
I mean, it's the end game, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's something like it's good to have if it's going to be worth it.
Yeah,
but it's not something that's going to be.
You're not going to.
We need to get a record label.
I feel like if you sorry.
Let's just put it out.
Yeah.
If people like it, then they like it, and if somebody wants to manage us, then.
I suppose you just got to tread very carefully in today's market, haven't you? Make sure you're getting the right deal.
You get a lot of small record labels.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're doing the right thing and you're going about it the right way and you're promoting things the right way and you're making the necessary effort, then that'll be the natural sort of way that things go, and it'll end up with a record label. I do want us and believe that we will sort of be really successful and you know, for want of a better word, big. And I feel like if we just keep sort of plugging away and doing what we're doing and working harder and harder at it every day and writing the music that we're writing and coming out with the quality that I feel it's coming out at, then it'll end up that way. And you know, that's what I want. I want it to be as big as possible.
Well, so. you make the right steps, don't you? I mean, there's a lot of bands that can be a little bit lazy and a bit sluggish. Yeah. The fact that you've been asked to come down and entertain 2 Liverpool radio shows is a kind of example of how dedicated you are. Just look over a minute.
That's what you want.
That's what it takes.
There's no point in half-assing it. There's no point in half-assing it.
It's like we talked before. We turn the microphone on. You know, you've just got to hit everything and anything, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right. What songs are you planning on playing for us tonight, lads?
We're gonna do. I mean, we had 3 sort of prepared. I mean, we could do a 4th one as well, but the three we've got that we know we're going to do. When I Go Walking in the Rain from A Stitch in Time, when I Want to Be a Butterfly from A Stitch in Time, and a new song called Give It Time.
All right.
Yeah,
so a bit of an exclusive.
Yeah. It's only a couple of weeks old, so yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. I do like the new tunes. Unfortunately, we discussed before, they're not going to play God's Greatest Flaw because it's a band song.
Yeah, I mean, me and Dom have done it at acoustic gigs, but without Dom, my knowledge of that song is sketchy on guitar, so it wouldn't work.
We'll have to let that sit out this time.
Yeah.
But if when I eventually do get the recording studio set up, though, we'll have a full band session again. So I'll get you in and we can proper smash it. You know what I mean?
Come down and do something like that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Right, lads. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a bit of news on for our listeners, and we'll be back very shortly with the Madden Crowd's live performance. I shall see you in a bit, guys.
The Mayor of London, Boris Johnson, is expected to announce this evening which side he'll support in the referendum on Britain's membership of the European Union. He's reported to be personally agonising over the decision, but there are indications he will support the Leave campaign, as our political correspondent Eleanor Garnier reports.
Boris Johnson is expected to confirm he'll campaign to leave, but has told friends he is genuinely conflicted. The Mayor of London left a meeting in number 10 on Wednesday, apparently disappointed with the Prime Minister's plans. He discussed the issue with Michael Gove, the Justice Secretary, who's already joined the Leave campaign. After weeks of speculation, it would be a surprise if Mr Johnson broke his silence to back the Prime Minister. Number 10 is said to be resigned to losing his support.
Senior ministers on both sides of the EU debate have been setting out their views in a series of newspaper articles. The Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond warns in The Observer that leaving the EU would be a threat to our economic and national security. But the Prime Minister's close ally, the Justice Secretary Michael Gove, tells the Sunday Telegraph the EU is mired in the past, and now is the time to take control and show the rest of Europe the way to flourish. Jeb Bush has pulled out of the race to become the Republican candidate in the US presidential election. The former governor of Florida had started the contest as a favourite to follow his father and elder brother to the White House. But despite spending tens of millions of dollars on his campaign, he failed to galvanise enough support and made another poor showing in the latest vote in South Carolina. That poll was won by the property billionaire Donald Trump, bolstering his fight for the White House. Hillary Clinton has won the latest round of voting in the Democratic Party. She beat off a strong challenge from her main rival, Bernie Sanders, in the state of Nevada. Mrs. Clinton thanked crowds of cheering supporters.
You know, I am so thrilled and so grateful to all of my supporters out there. Some may have doubted us, but we never doubted each other.
Police in the American city of Kalamazoo say 6 people have been killed in a series of shootings. The county undersheriff told a local television station that a suspect was driving around the area targeting people. One of the most powerful cyclones ever recorded in the southern hemisphere struck Fiji in the South Pacific, flattening villages and causing widespread damage. Wind speeds from Cyclone Winston were up to 200 miles an hour. At least 3 people have died. John Donnison is monitoring developments from Sydney.
Cyclone Winston, a Category 5 storm, made landfall on Fiji's main island of Viti Levu around 7 o'clock, just as darkness was falling on Saturday evening. For local people, it must have been a terrifying night, with gusts of around 200 miles an hour. By the morning, there were reports that in rural districts, entire villages had been flattened. In coastal communities, the biggest danger will likely have come from storm surges. Flights in and out of Fiji have been suspended, power and communications are down in many areas, and it could take several days to assess the full extent of the damage.
A group of MPs has called for a relaxation of the rules on Sunday opening hours for shops in England. The cross-party British Infrastructure Group says the laws are out of date, having been made before the internet was widely used. It supports the government's plan to give control to local councils and mayors. Here's our business correspondent, Joe Lynham.
In a letter to the Sunday Telegraph, more than 40 MPs said that while people liked online shopping, they also wanted the option of browsing and buying items in a traditional store. The group is calling on the government to relax the strict 6-hour time window within which large shops are allowed to open on Sundays. The Enterprise Bill, which is currently before Parliament, envisages allowing decisions on the issue to be made by locally elected councils and mayors. The shop workers' union USDAW said the vast majority of its members opposed longer Sunday trading hours.
2 men who'd been missing overnight on Ben Nevis in the Scottish Highlands have been found safe and well. The search for a couple who were last seen a week ago continues to be disrupted by poor weather conditions. Police are investigating an incident in which a West Bromwich Albion footballer was hit by a coin thrown from the crowd. Chris Brunt suffered a cut under his left eye after his team's away match against Reading at the Medeski Stadium. The last known survivor of the Nazi death camp at Treblinka in Poland has died. Samuel Willenberg was 93 and lived in Israel. He was one of just 67 people known to have survived the camp, where 875,000 people died in the gas chambers.
Righty, meanwhile, back in the ranch, the boys are going to give us a few tunes. What are you going to start off with us?
We're going to start off with When I Go Walking in the Rain.
Tunage up. I had this one on the show, I'm sure, haven't I?
I think you played it before, yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah, it's just the 2 of them, and they're going to give us a little broken down acoustic set.
Yeah.
After you, lads.
I like to go walking in the rain. Dry no air just makes me dizzy. For when I walk in the rain, I feel my sadness slain, and I can't walk tall again. I like to go creeping in the night. There's a certain spark that is missing from proceedings in the day that takes my breath away, so the night feels brighter anyway. Smiles are natural, their gear is cheap and bland, so I'd rather be a sour dour mess as I take my shoes and stroll atop my righteous higher thing. When I go walking in the rain, they judge me for walking in the rain. They say the sunshine's much more pleasant. I suppose the sunshine's not so bad, but it don't make me half as glad as when I see those drips are dropping. And when I go scuttling in the night, the rain's caress is even better. And yes, I welcome your disdain if you think I'm out my brain, going walking in the rain. Smiles are natural, their gear is cheap and bland, so I'd rather be a sour dollar mess. You think what you like, 'cause I really do not care, as I take my shoes and stroll atop my righteous higher thing. When I go walking in the rain, smells are natural, their gear is cheap and bland, so I'd rather be a sour dollar mess. You think what you like, 'cause I really do not care, as I take my shoes and stroll atop my righteous higher thing. When I go rock and rolling, sure things to rolling. Oh my Lord, they won't stop moaning at my gate. They get irate. I'm riding on a wave of all their hate. When I go walking in the rain, 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 when I go walking in the rain.
Bravo, boys, bravo.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was fun.
That sounded really cool.
Thank you. It's the first time I've ever played it in public on a mandolin as well. So
I like the way you just stood up to the microphone as well. Good.
Yeah.
A lot of people just sit back and you're like, oh, I can't know.
Hey man, I'm a pro. I know
He's
what
a
I'm
pro.
doing.
He's a pro. I was just laughing to myself there. They've got this little thing. I mean, you can't see it obviously because it's on the radio, but it's going on video. They've got a guitar case that the drummer's using with a Pringle box filled with rice and my tambourine knocking around somewhere at the bottom. So any donations, guys, do send them in.
Yeah, no, please. We are famished, so you know.
Right, lads. What are you going to hit us with next?
Next is another one from A Stitch in Time. It's the closing track on it, actually. It's I Want to Be a Butterfly.
I want to be a butterfly. After you, lads.
On this moonlit night, I pine for someone to hold, but they're not forthcoming as far as I see here or no. And I should have learned by now, it's unbearably clear to see that love in all of its splendor was not made for souls like me. I don't try to understand it, just accept it as an inevitability. Who am I to demand it when it makes no demand of me, of me?